Hello, Rhino, and this is another episode of the world famous, the University Love, the best podcast in one, two, three galaxies. But ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves, and we are coming to you live today. Today is Sunday, October the 1st, 2023. We was not able to record Friday, so we are coming to you today with a brand new episode. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about something very important. We are going to talk about you, and we are going to talk about how you look at yourself. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in order for you to do the extraordinary thing, there's a lot of. I thought about this yesterday when I was walking and I was talking, and I had a thought. You know, sometimes we try to do common things, and it does not work when it comes to being an entrepreneur. You know, creating things, creating new ideas. You might want to walk among the people, but a lot of times, in order for you to stand out, in order for you to really get to where you're going, to really knock it out the park, you have to separate yourself from common things, common places, common people, just common things, you know. In order for you to achieve greatness, you have to really strive for it. You really have to work for it. You have to do things that other people aren't willing to do. You know, like I told you the other day, if you have 5 minutes to watch, you know, YouTube videos, or you have 5 minutes to figure out, you know, what kind of podcast you might want to do, you know, those are the things that people are not willing to do. In order for you to achieve the greatness that you want, in order for you to make the money that you really want, because we all know that a job is never going to pay you as much as you think you should make. So in order for you to really get up and make all the money you want, you have to sell. You have to sell yourself. You have to market yourself. You really have to start thinking in an unordinary way. You have to say, you know, I'm not going to do this. How does this help me? How does this hurt me? What can I do to really elevate myself? Really elevate the money that I can command? You know, it's a process. It doesn't have to be the longest process in the world, but you have to start figuring out, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? And how am I going to do it? You know, in order for you to really make the maximum amount of money, you have to position yourself, market yourself, you know, sell people on you. You know, that at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. We are all salesmen, no matter what people tell you. You have to sell yourself in, you know, in a marriage. You have to sell yourself in a partnership. You have to sell yourself, you know, to get a job. We are all selling you know, so you always have to think, you know, how can I do this? How can I do that? You know, you have to, you know, really have that mentality. Like, what am I going to do to really make strides for myself? What am I going to do to really, you know, start generating the money that I want to? Because at the end of the day, the money's out there. It's up to you to go get it. You know, it doesn't matter about the economy. It doesn't matter about who's the president. None of that crap really matters. You know, it's not about the government. It's not about people. It's not about things. If you have something that people want to buy, people will find the money to buy it from you. So you give them a reason to pull out the money. You give them a reason. It's not about, oh man, if they could. No, you work at it. You learn. You work at it. You learn how to market. You learn how to sell. You know, it's not difficult. But to get away from, you know, because we all think about, oh man, if I could take, you know, 6 vacations a year, you know, you could do that. You have to go get it. It's not going to be waiting around on you. You have to go get it. You have to separate yourself. You know, I remember when I was younger I had a friend, and he was my best friend at the time, and we always had a good time, but he didn't want nothing out of life, and it's not bad, but it's like as I got older, you could just start seeing the change, and it's not a bad thing if you have friends that don't want much out of life, then I'm not even trying to tell you how to run your life, but sometimes you have to start separating yourself from the pack. You have to start separating yourself from the group. People want to go out every week. They want to go out every night. Drink themselves because they think their lives are no good. And you don't want that. You want to do the extraordinary things in life. Then you might say, "Hey, I ain't going out these nights. I got to work on X, Y, Z." The more you work on stuff, the more you get your system going, the more money you start making on your own without the dependability on the job and anything like that, you will be a lot better off. You will be a lot better down the road, because in tough times, people say, "Hey, the economy's bad. The economy's in the toilet." Blah 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 blah. You will not have that problem. Make yourself economy proof. Make yourself to the point where it does not matter what the hell is going on in the world. You can always make money. Okay, you need to, if you want to be great, you have to work at it. You have to. It's not I know a lot of people read the book, The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, and it's a great book. And I read the book, and it's not about just working 4 hours and doing jack of all nothing. It's about creating systems for yourself that, hey, and sometimes you can walk away from the system and make money. Like, it's a great thing, but you have to work. You have to work at it. You have to work at it. It's not. I know a lot of people promote like, hey, you could just do nothing and make money. It really don't work that way. You have to figure out, what do you want to do? How do you want to do it? If you want to sell stuff online, sell stuff on eBay, you have to work at it. Yeah, you can build up a store and then you can start generating money that way, but you have to work at it. You have to work. Nothing's gonna just happen by chance. Unless you hit the lottery. Unless you play the lottery every day, and then finally one day you hit like $2 million, and you're like, "Hey!" But even then, with that mentality, you won't have the $2 million for very long. You know what I mean? So, to be great, you have to work at it. People see Michael Jordan and they say, "Oh, Michael Jordan was 6-0 in the finals." I remember Michael Jordan; he was losing every year. He was working out every year. Every summer he would come back. He would be stronger. He would be faster. He trained. He worked every day. He would work. And finally they broke through. And Michael Jordan made it look easy, but it wasn't easy for Michael Jordan. People see LeBron James, and they're like, "Oh man, LeBron James," but that guy works out every day. Whether you like him or not, don't matter. These people work out every day. They strive for the greatness. If you look at anybody that has success, they work at it. They strive for it. I know people think going viral is cool, but that ain't gonna make you no money. You go viral for a while, then what? Have a plan, work at it, have a plan, figure it out. The better you figure things out, the better off you will be. All right. Greatness don't come in a box. You want to really strive for it. You want to really get to the point where you can control. You want to get to the point where you can control your destiny. And that's not a common thing. A common thing is going to work every day, working, punching in the clock, going home, sitting on the couch, complaining about said job, not watching TV, turning on the TV, watching a sporting event, then say, "Well, I'm going to bed." You get up and you do the same thing every single day. Before you know it, you're like 70 years old. If you've done the same thing, you complain. Now, some people not going to complain about their job. That's great. But for the rest of us, if you listen to this podcast, then you are looking for greatness. If you listen to this show, you want to do the extraordinary thing. So I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to people that, want to get a job and keep the job and they don't complain about the job. That's great. Bravo. But I'm talking to the people that will have a job, complain about the job, and do absolutely nothing about their situation. If you do nothing about your situation, then that's a you problem. If you want to do stuff about your situation, listen to this show, and then when you get done, every morning, every night, every day, figure out, hey, what can I do? Where should I go? How can I do this? What should I do? Write it down, flush it out, figure it out, and then make it happen. It's not as difficult as you would think. It takes work. You have to work at it, but you can do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We will be back tomorrow with an all-new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. God bless. Enjoy your Sunday. And as always, everybody, peace.